Israel has always existed as a refuge. From Moses to modern day, it's been a home for those who've been displaced by hatred. Our two countries have shared values, freedom, democracy, mutual respect for all people, and Israel is one of our most important allies, not just in the region, but across the globe. Hey everybody, I hope that you've all had a great week. I'm here with an update from Washington, D.C. We're going to discuss the U.S. Israel partnership, a bill to improve air travel, plus an update on Lake Okeechobee. Let's get started with all of it. First up, last week, one of my colleagues, Congresswoman Jayapal, the chair of the Progressive Caucus, made one of the most outrageous statements about one of America's strongest allies. Let's roll the tape of that.
I want you to know that we have been fighting to make it clear that Israel is a racist state, that the Palestinian people deserve self-determination and autonomy.
First of all, pot, meet kettle. The Democrat Party has spent the majority of its time trying to divide our country with DEI initiatives and is more concerned with the color of somebody's skin than their ability or their experience. But more importantly, Israel has always existed as a refuge. From Moses to modern day, it's been a home for those who've been displaced by hatred. Our two countries have shared values, freedom, democracy, mutual respect for all people, and Israel is one of our most important allies, not just in the region, but across the globe. Now, for a member of the House of Representatives to make such a blatantly anti-Semitic remark days before the president of Israel was supposed to address the floor of the House of Representatives and the American people, absolutely unacceptable. That's why the House passed a resolution declaring that, number one, Israel is not a racist state, and number two, that Congress will not tolerate anti-Semitism. Number three, that the U.S. will always be a staunch supporter of Israel. Now, I'm proud to say that the resolution passed with a vote of 412 to 9. Now, also on the House floor this week, we voted on legislation to reauthorize the Federal Aviation Administration, or the FAA, those that are looking after everything that might keep us safe while we are up there in the skies. Now, anyone who's been to the airport lately knows that it has been a mess with air travel. As a member of the Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, I believe that this bill is a good opportunity to make some major improvements for the millions of people who depend on air travel every day, or to get on vacation each year, or just want to get somewhere because they need to see somebody because of a family emergency or something else. Now, included in the bill are a number of different initiatives. Initiatives to address the pilot shortage by offering grants to educate future pilots. Smart, targeted initiatives to improve airport infrastructure around the country and make them better, more workable facilities. Language that makes it clear that the Department of Transportation needs to do more to hold air carriers accountable for the quality of service that they provide for passengers who pay for their tickets. There's very little that gets done on a bipartisan basis in Congress these days, but it seems that the frustration at the airport that it spans party lines. This bill passed overwhelmingly with bipartisan support, and I hope that the Senate will move quickly so that we can send it to the president's desk and get it signed into law. Now, finally, as a local update, as you may remember, earlier this year, the National Marine Fisheries Service, or NMFS, raised concerns about Lake Okeechobee and what's known as the Lake Okeechobee System Operating Manual. We call it LOSOM. LOSOM is the new regulation schedule. It's the book, it's the manual for how Lake Okeechobee is supposed to be implemented and operated. Supposed to be happening back in June, ahead of the rainy season. But thanks to NMFS' last-minute interference, it has been delayed. We got some positive news this week. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers has made some tweaks to the plan to address the NMFS concerns. That means that we are hopefully very close to this schedule being finally implemented, and it's just in time because right now Lake Okeechobee is covered in toxic blue-green algal blooms, sludge that is literally toxic. You shouldn't be breathing in it. You definitely should not be getting into it. Unfortunately, there's people that have to work around it on a daily basis. So we're going to do everything that we can, as we've been doing, to keep that toxic water from being sent into our coastal estuaries where it is not natural, where it does not belong. Everybody remember, these are freshwater algal blooms, freshwater toxic algal blooms. They grow in places like Lake Okeechobee. They only grow in our saltwater coastal estuaries because the Corps of Engineers releases so much dirty, toxic freshwater into our estuaries that they turn from salt to fresh, and then they grow those toxic algal blooms. So LOSUM, it's going to be a major tool in that fight. Now we're expecting to get some more information from the Army Corps of Engineers early next week, so please stay tuned on that. In that, as always, I hope that you all have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you all around home, and I wish you all the best. Hey everyone, thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, please click like and subscribe. I will be back on YouTube with more exclusive content, so stay tuned.